everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms or talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications when I post content. You folks will be in the know. Hey, listen, folks, down there as well is the links to my Discord. If you got Discord, go down there and join your boy on Discord. You know what I'm saying? We go back and forth. We have a lot of fun in there. We crack a lot of jokes. So please go down there and join my Discord as well if you can. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets losing to the Miami Dolphins 17-24. 17-24, you know? Now we can talk about a lot of things. I'm going to start with Amendola. We need another kicker, okay? I'm just being completely honest with you. Amendola is trash, and we need to move on from him. Joe Douglas, this Jets franchise has had issues with kickers since we got rid of Jason Myers. We let him walk out the door. He went off to Seattle, and we have been struggling at that position ever since. There needs to be competition brought in, Brett. I don't know if it's this season or an off season, whenever. There needs to be competition brought in to compete for this kicker position. We need to prioritize this because today, Amendola missing 2 field goals costed us heavily, and I'll get into that. But I'm just upset about that. I'm upset about a lot of things, okay? Because listen, all Jets fans came into the season, at least most Jets fans came into the season, understanding that this team is not a Super Bowl team. We know that, right? It's not a playoff team. We know that, right? But there's things that we want to see out of this team going forward, building blocks. We want to see this young team really continue to progress and move forward so that we can know, hey, we're building towards being a franchise that's going to constantly compete. And today, we made so many boneheaded mistakes. And the thing was, it's not the young players that are making most of these mistakes. It's the veteran guys. It's the guys that have been here. It's our coaching staff making big mistakes as well. And I'll get into that as well. It's just insane to watch. I'm starting with the defense. This defense had trouble today, okay? What was the big thing that we talked about? Getting pressure on Tua consistently. Get in his face, and it'll turn into turnovers. Well, early, we were able to do that, right? We got some pressure on Tua. He made an errant throw, tried to throw a ball where it shouldn't have been, as usual. And Ashton Davis was able to come up with the interception. Bravo. We're hyped. We're fired up. We turn that into points. All right, let's go. Now we're in the game. And it seemed like the rest of the game, we were never able to get any type of real pressure on him. We didn't get any sacks on the day at all from him. I mean, it was just completely crazy. And the thing with him is, they want to get the ball out of his hands quickly. That's what they want to do, and that's exactly what they did today. We saw him target his tight ends early and often. If it wasn't Gesicki, then it was Shaheem. If it wasn't Shaheem, then it was the other tight end. If it wasn't them, then it was Mac Hollins, who looks like a tight end. I mean, it was just crazy. And he was hitting Jalen Waddle over and over and over again, and it seems like we just couldn't stop it. But the bonehead penalties also helped them to extend their drives as well by our defense, right? Listen, John Franklin Myers had one of the most egregious penalties in crunch time that we've seen this season. It was 3rd and 4, and they're trying to drive down to score a touchdown. We had them stopped. They were close to our close to our end zone. If we would have got a stop, the worst that would have happened there was a field goal. It's 3rd and 4. They drop back. You know, Tua tries to get rid of the ball. The ball falls incomplete, but John Franklin Myers just pushes him and drills him, and the ball had been gone. Come on, John Franklin Myers. This is not some rookie we just drafted. This is not a super young guy. We just signed this guy to a deal. He's been in the league for years. You know what type of league this is. To try to do that, to push him and rough the passer in that situation, it's egregious. It's egregious. And guess what? They got a first down, and then that drive for them turned into points. They were able to get a touchdown on that drive, and that put us down. I mean, we just shot ourselves in the foot right there. That's exactly what we did. Then you also had Pinnock as well get a penalty in a critical situation. On 3rd down, we actually get a sack. We could have taken them off the field. Pinnock gets a holding call, which helps extend the drive. Sack wiped off the board, helps them extend the drive. They continue their drive on down. They were also able to drain the clock on that drive too, because we had little to no timeouts because our great coach, Robert Saleh, had burned through so many timeouts. His game management was questionable in this game as well. He burned through he called a timeout on a he rushes the field goal team out there on 4th down from 56 yards when Amendola had already missed a 55-yarder. He rushes him out there on a 56-yarder and burns the timeout instead of just putting the punt team out there to begin with because he changed his mind. That was insane. That was insane. Once we got down by 2 scores, the game was over because we could not stop them because we had no way to stop the clock. We had no timeouts. Sulla's game management was questionable in this game. The bonehead defensive penalties continue. We've seen that be something that just continues throughout this entire season. And it seems like there is no accountability from this coaching staff. Guys keep going out there committing these penalties, sometimes the same penalties. Nothing happens to them. Ashton Davis, outside of that interception, had a suspect day as usual. Ashton Davis actually pushed a Dolphins wide receiver forward into the end zone. He pushed Mac Hollins forward into the end zone instead of making a tackle and stop him. He pushed him forward, and that propelled Mac Hollins forward to go into the end zone for a touchdown. It's insane. Just insane. Some of the things that are some of the bonehead mistakes we're making defensively just killed us. You look at our offense. Our offense was decent on the day. Joe Flacco, was moving around trying to find guys. He did get drilled in this game by a blitzer that just nobody saw. And the Dolphins were able to get the ball back on that turnover. But I tell you what, the New York Jets benched Greg Van Roten and started Duvernay Tariff. And the offensive line, Duvernay Tariff, actually looked decent. They actually look decent out there. Again, I want to see more out of him before I say, he's just head and shoulders above everybody. I need to see consistency out of him. But it seemed like the offensive line was a bit better than it was with Greg Van Roten because that guy's garbage. So salutes to the offensive staff for benching Greg Van Roten because he's been bad. But Flacco was 24-39 on the day, 291 yards, and he also had 2 TDs. Let me tell you something. Michael Carter looked good in this game as well. There were so many times where he would get the ball, caught it on the outside, it'd be 2 or 3 guys in his face, and he was able to shake those guys and get some yardage. And there was even spots where it was 3rd down, and he was able to move and make a play and extend the drive by getting a 1st down. Extend the chains. This kid, Michael Carter, is serious business now. He did go down in this game with an ankle injury. We'll see how serious it is. I hope it's not too serious. But this kid, Michael Carter, is looking phenomenal. Now, let me tell you something. Today, the brightest star to shine on the New York Jets offense was Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore had 8 catches for 141 yards and a TD. He had a big 62-yard catch and took off and ran away. Now, keep in mind, we were playing the Dolphins, who have some really good top-end corners. You got Howard, you got Byron Jones as well. He was cooking against both of those guys. Elijah Moore looks like he's, more consistency out of him, bro. He's looking like he's turning into what a lot of people were talking about, the talent, the immense ability, the physical ability that we saw, in the offseason, in minicamp. A lot of the things we were hearing from other people as well around the league, other wide receivers that are in the NFL, talking about how special this kid can be. And it's looking like he's turning into that. I want to take my hat off and salute to Elijah Moore because he really made a lot of big plays in this football game. And I want to see more out of him going forward. But man, this was a tough loss. I understand we're not that talented, but the bonehead stuff that we're seeing from our defense, even on our offense, we had some penalties as well that costed us. But our coaching staff just looked suspect out there today. At times, it honestly looked lost. And let me tell you something. Amendola, we need to get him out of here. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How you folks feeling about this loss to the Dolphins? What are your thoughts about the Jets special teams? How do you feel about Elijah Moore? Comment down below. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.